we are again officially live with Stefan again with another interesting topic that we're going to talk about. And if you've seen the thumbnail, you already know what we're going to talk about. And this is work-life balance, which is a very popular topic and is very topical, very topical topic,
Painful,
very
painful if
very
you are a
painful topic
small
for business
a
owners.
business owner.
And
Yeah,
I believe me, Stefan, and probably you that you're listening have a lot to share about work-life balance, and maybe you have some tips that you can leave in the comments down below. But in this podcast, in this episode, we're just gonna have a very informal conversation about our experience and what we're struggling with. And I just want to start with the fact that I don't believe I have a very good work-life balance at the moment. I know that I'm supposed to take a rest, but I feel from the beginning when you're starting something new, you feel like you need to work all the time, and to a large extent, this is correct. You need to work a lot of hours. You need to work a lot of time, but just as you are a normal person, like a normal human being, you need to take rest as well. But I feel like I'm at the point where I take a rest, and then I feel bad that I'm taking a rest, which prompts me to go back to work when I'm not fully rested, or I'm still fed up, or I'm still burned out from before. And you go back to work, you're not as productive, and it's just a vicious cycle. Like I'm 100% 100% certain that taking well-deserved rest is very important for your long-term efficiency, and just doing just doing things accurately. What do you think, Stefan?
yeah, it's such a painful subject for me. Yeah, I was in this. You always like the best ideas is like they always come like when you go to sleep, and I was like, oh no,
Mm,
if I don't do this right now, I'm gonna lose the idea. So you go
mm,
real quick on your computer and you start like doing that stuff, or like it's just crazy, or like I think the worst thing that you can do, just don't look on your social when you go to bed. Just
oh yeah.
don't take your phone with you, because you're gonna see something and you're gonna have an idea about it. And I've been caught in so much stuff, and then I would just ended up like waking up in the morning like really tired. And yeah, I think it's hard to switch off. It's at least for me, it's like so hard.
It
It's
is, and
yeah.
sorry for interrupting you. Just
No, no, no.
you mentioned something that really reminded me about. You said ideas come at a certain time, and for me personally, because I love to travel. I love to. I even have a
Me too. I mean, everybody knows.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I even have a YouTube video on my channel where I hitchhiked in Croatia from Split to Dubrovnik. Like I think it's a funny video. You can go to YouTube to watch it. But on these journeys that I do, and I usually when I'm going somewhere, I don't tend to work. Like it'll be, for example, a week without any work, and I've always felt the most ideas come after I come back from holiday, because you spend all this time like resting and just doing other things that are completely unrelated to business or to, and it's just you find a lot of clarity about things that you were probably stuck on before you went on a holiday, that you were stuck on something, or you didn't have like the best clarity on something. And after that, just because you spent so much time away, like not worrying about the day-to-day business like requirements, and all the stress that you've been through, and you've taken, like, your mind just has taken a well-deserved rest, is now able to work on a much more efficient level. And I've
Yeah.
always had the best mental breakthroughs, like the best ideas after I come back from a longer break. So this is definitely, taking a rest is very underrated. Like, you should definitely
No, I
take.
totally agree. Totally agree. It's yeah, the idea to open this, my YouTube channel was done after 2 weeks in Vietnam, and and just I came with a different vibe and everything. Yeah, definitely. We need a switch off button. Unfortunately, business owners don't have. Before I had my own business, I was looking at business owners like, you why are you taking so personal? It's just business. And then I realized, like, for some people, it's like business is personal. For me, I think I'm not taking so bad as I have a different relation probably because I used to travel around the world and I met so many people, wise people, which I'm very grateful for meeting them, and they changed my mindset. But yeah, it's we need a switch off button, and I'm personally working on it.
Same, yeah, same.
Whenever I have the opportunity to take that break. I'm taking it, without feeling any guilt or I was feeling guilty. I was in your situation not very long time ago. If I can make it just a quick story. So my first year, I was like, I'm self-employed now. It's so good. I can plan my holidays. I can do whatever I want. I'm gonna have so much time and so much money that it's just like it's not gonna matter. You know what happened? I said, I'm gonna plan my holidays around projects. You know,
Yeah.
I didn't take a holiday on that year.
Oh wow, really?
Yep. You know what happened next year?
What?
I just booked in advance and I work my projects around this. And this is I did since. And yep. So all my
It's like a
works.
life hack.
eh, if it works, some people they say no, I can't do that. I feel like cheating my clients, but your clients should, it's like a relationship, so they should understand you that you need a switch off button. Everybody needs a holiday from time to time. And you as a business owner, you don't have paid holiday, so you need to take your
Yeah.
holiday in time. So I'm booking everything in advance, like 6 months to a year, so I have time to work my projects around that, which
And you
is yeah, it's good. It worked. Yeah,
and you have
sorry.
no excuse as well. Like when you buy the
Yeah,
tickets, when you book the accommodation, when you book maybe some activities on the places you're going, you spend some. You'll be ashamed to not go at this point. So
no,
it's like buying all these things in advance. It's like forcing yourself to take a break, which is not a bad thing. Like I think that's how you should operate. You should plan if you, especially if you're very busy, especially if you have a very busy schedule. You should plan your holiday in
yeah,
advance. Maybe you take some of the spontaneity, like your holidays might not be as spontaneous as maybe when you were younger or teenager or whatever, but you still have the same effect. But yeah, so this is one thing. Do you have any other than going on traveling or going on?
uh,
Do you have any
I,
other tips on how to maintain work-life balance?
yeah, do sport. To be honest, I'm really bad at the moment. I used to be really active, and because of I pushed like my all my hobbies and stuff. I pushed them on the side, and just concentrate more on the business and social media and everything and marketing and just how to develop and
Yeah,
stuff like that. I ended up like not doing so. So I used to do like CrossFit. Unfortunately, I have some knee problems that I just can't jump so much. Lifting I do from time to time,
yeah.
but I like taking my mountain bike and go in the woods. We have really nice
Ah,
woods here in Scotland, and but it's so time consuming, and I exactly how you feel. If I take my bike and go for a ride, I feel guilty because I lost a
really?
few hours.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah. It's so because you say I could do X and Y and Z.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
could
yeah, yeah. Exactly.
a short. I could, and I was like,
Yeah,
yeah.
I could have answered that
So I
email. I could have done this project, or I could have learned this. I could have read a book, but instead here I am riding a motorbike in the woods. I'm so ungrateful. It's yeah.
no, it's a mountain bike, bicycle.
Oh, I thought it's like a motorbike.
No, I'm no
Uh,
motorbike guy.
I was gonna say.
I like putting effort.
Oh, I thought it's like how do you call these cross bikes where you ride in the
Yeah,
woods basically
no,
with
not
a.
that extreme. I'm
But
a bit more quiet. Yeah.
oh, but that's still, yeah, that's still very good for exercising. And I'm
I know
actually,
you do a lot of sport, and
yeah.
how do you manage it? How do you manage to plan it?
Yeah, well, it's a non-negotiable for me. I'm a huge proponent of sport. I think it
No,
helps you a lot, mainly, obviously, physically, but
it does.
to a large extent mentally as well. I can't I can't imagine not going to exercise, and I do weightlifting, but I also swim. I try to swim once a week, and I'm also doing combat sports as well. I do Muay Thai. I used to do boxing before. Now I do Muay Thai like twice a week. It's just I think it's a non-negotiable for
It
you
should be.
to exercise whatever you do, whatever whatever form of exercise you're doing, it'll be better for you mentally, and it'll better for you for like from a health standpoint. Is just think about the people around you, like your family. They would want you to be
Yeah,
healthy. They would want you to
yeah,
be around for longer, and it's your responsibility
yeah,
to take care of yourself in such a way,
definitely.
and you'll be so you have such a clear mindset when you're because the best so I usually had this morning routine which might sound ridiculous to a lot of people, but I used to wake up at 6 a.m. I go to the gym, I exercise for 1 hour or hour and a half, I take a shower in the gym, and then I go to work. And like by 9 a.m. for example, I'm at the office and I'm working or whatever, or from home and I'm working, and it's just you feel so accomplished, like it's 9 a.m. and
Mm.
you've done all these things, and maybe you've managed to have breakfast as well by that time. It just sets your time, it just sets your day to a very positive
So,
structure. And fair enough, you might get the downside for that is that you get tired very quickly, so you might need to take a nap in the afternoon. For sure, after lunch is the best time to take a nap as
yeah,
well. But it's just, and from another perspective, it's like the earlier you wake up, the more time you have for work, which is not the best way to think about it if you're talking about work-life balance. But I think this is another life hack. You just
I think. Sorry, a good idea is exactly how I plan my holidays. You should block your
mm,
calendar,
mm,
your agenda
yeah.
for that.
Oh
One
yeah,
hour, non-negotiable.
non-negotiable.
Spending. I know we don't. Yeah, don't have kids or whatever. I mean,
Oh, that's easier to.
but spending time with your beloved one. That's non-negotiable. Like if
Oh
you
yeah, yeah.
remember, our drone mentor Matt Williams was saying when he was saying that with the blocking time for stuff, I was thinking like that's a bit extreme, but now getting a bit more advanced in this kind of stuff, it makes sense because you get carried away. You need somebody to just, hey, Mister, you need to exercise. Hey, you need to switch off because you not gonna end it up well. And I'm 40, and I have friends that are my age and they are in hospital because of burnout, heart attack, strokes, stuff that shouldn't happen for somebody. They were not even overweight or anything, you know, but they had such a bad habit like smoking a lot because of
Mm,
stress, or
mm,
some of them like drinking a bit
mm,
like in the evening when they got home and having a bit and being sedentary and didn't take care of themselves, and then they regret it. They'll say, oh, I spent so much time, but I try to provide for my family. You are useful for your family when you are healthy.
mm.
If you are ill, you're going to become a liability. So
Exactly.
you need to take care of yourself first, and after that you can take care of other people. It's
You need to
I
take
always
care.
think like this. Yeah, you need to think of yourself in this kind of just if you love your kids, your wife, your partner, your mother or your parents, uh, just think that if you are ill, you're gonna be a liability. You're not gonna be a help. So just yeah, just think about that, and then take your break, enjoy life, and like take care of yourself, watch out what you eat, and
Yeah,
stuff like this, common sense.
yeah. Take care of yourself so you can take care of other people.
Yep.
I if you don't do it for yourself, do it for them. Don't be selfish.
Exactly.
If you
Exactly. Exactly.
if you don't want to exercise so you look good, exercise so you can feel better, so you can help other people. This is a very good way to think about it. And another thing which you mentioned is, and I think a lot of people need to start doing is, you know learn about your body signals. Like, if, for
Oh
example,
yeah.
if you feel tired, like if you sit in front of the laptop and you're not productive and you're not doing anything, um anything that provides value, because you're tired, or because you haven't slept, because you are exhausted, or whatever the case might be, because you're ill, don't don't push yourself unnecessarily. Just, you'll be much
No.
better. And I think,
No.
without giving myself too much credit, I think I'm very good at that. If I
Yeah.
don't feel energized, if I don't feel productive, I'll probably go for like half an hour nap or 1 hour nap, or I'll go take a walk, or I'll just call a friend or like a family member, just to take my mind away. But I see so many people, I know from like personal experience. I've seen people, like, for example, even like university friends who like study way past their ability to focus and to do something productive, and even colleagues as well, which are like tired from work, and they just trying to hustle it, trying to wing it basically. Just know I'll do it. There's it, it doesn't work like that. You need to understand your body very well, because it gives you signals. Like, if you pay close attention to it, you see the signals. And then something else which just came out of what you said earlier is time management. This is so
Mm,
crucial if you want to have a good work life balance. It's like you need
yeah.
you need to plan your time. You can't just get carried away in work.
Yeah.
Like, if you're
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
busy individual,
Yeah.
it's very easy to just get carried away and work way past like normal working hours. Even though, when you're a business owner, there's no normal working hours. You work until you get the job done normally. But that doesn't mean you need to do it at the expense of something else, like at the expense of your family members, or at the expense of your own
Yeah. True.
health, or your
True. True.
exercising, or your hobbies, or
True.
whatever other personal arrangements you might have.
Yeah.
You need to set like a stop loss, when when you're blocking your time. Like, I'm gonna work until, um you know not necessarily when you've done it, because you might run out of time in the day. So, if you need to go to sleep, you go to sleep, and you finish it tomorrow, if you have to. But yeah, just time management is crucial, and I think many people don't have this skill. And I even, what I used to do, and probably it's a bad idea that I stopped doing it, but what I used to do is, before you go to bed in the evening, plan your day ahead in advance. And this is actually so useful. And I
Is
remember
it? Okay.
when I used to do it, because I spent a long time doing that, but then I realized I do the same thing. So there's no there's no point. But at least, from the if you've never tried that, I strongly recommend, before you go to bed, try to schedule, like, when you wake up, what are you gonna do? Like, if you're working from home, for example, what's the first thing you're gonna do? Or
Mhm.
if you're working like in some other place, what are you gonna do when you wake up? Are you gonna have breakfast? Are you gonna go exercising? Are you gonna take the dog for a walk? Are you gonna do 20 minutes of yoga? Like, whatever you do. But just, I've found that when you wake up and you have like clear plan of what you're gonna do,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just so good. Like, it gives you so much, like, structure. And that's
Mhm.
and that's
Mhm.
that's a good way to manage your time. And I think if you do that, you find a better way to work life balance.
As a surveyor is yeah. I think if you know organize, so day by in my day life, I'm a bit messy and stuff. Thank God for my wife, who is taking care of the other stuff. But in my work, I'm very structured because I realize that if I'm not organized, I make mistakes which you are very costful, and they are very expensive and stuff. So it's this with planning the day is, I like a plan, and people, some people so on their own. When I come, we with clients, or I go on a construction site. I'm not saying clients is a very vague term. Like I go on a construction site, and there is I spoke with somebody, a plan with marking, I don't know, putting XYZ, doing this task, and so, and then somebody come and just change it completely. Probably this is a very, very bad thing with me, because they were like see a person that was like, oh my god, it's like, because I like to be organized, and when I say something, this is what it needs to. I know everything. I'm unpredictable stuff. It happens, but it's like when somebody, you have a thing, and then they just change it again. But like, coming back, sorry, I derail a bit from our topic. Yeah, I just remember it's like this is what happened with me sometimes. But yeah, it's planning is very important. I was underrated, and I was feeling a bit extreme, that you need to plan an hour to the gym, or stuff like this, but you actually need it, because you get carried away so easily.
Sorry.
You put your timer on your phone, put a
Oh,
timer on your laptop, and then
oh.
just switch it off, and that's it.
Time on
Done.
the phone. Like, if you think you don't have enough time in the day, just check your screen time on your phone. This will reveal such a truth to your
Yeah.
to how you spend your time in a day. Like, I actually read an article online that says the average time people spend on their phone is like 4 or 5 hours. Which, if you think about it, that's so much time. 4 or 5 hours that you could be spending doing something else. And
Yeah.
this is exactly what time management is. Just, okay, fair enough. You want to have a break, maybe watch a YouTube video or something, or scroll through social media. That's fine.
Yeah.
But if that data is correct, and I actually checked my own screen time settings, and I was at 3 hours, which is still a lot. I mean, I understand that some of it is maybe Google Maps, for example. When I'm using to go somewhere, this still counts
you
your
you can see per apps, which one consume the most time.
yeah. Well,
Definitely.
the most is
Don't 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 lie yourself.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't like. Yeah, I spend a lot of time in. Yeah, well,
Aye, aye.
you're right. Yeah, I spend a lot of time on YouTube, and on Instagram, like social media in general. It's such a drain of time, like all these things. So yeah, if and I think generally with phone
it's,
use.
it's not bad if I can, because I'm listening to podcast, and I'm focusing on no motivation, but podcast that I think they can
You can learn something.
improve. Yeah, I can learn something, like business, and I follow a few guys that they are content creators, that they are really good, and I don't see that as a waste
Oh, no, no, no!
of
It's
time
not
and
like that.
stuff.
No, no.
So that's what I mean. You can use it for that, but like, to be honest, I kind of quit scrolling. Like Instagram, I think I go once at every 2 day, and I'm not lying, or let's say once a day or 2 times a day, because I don't really have. I use my phone for work,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
because I have applications that
yeah,
accept
yeah,
navigation, like you
yeah,
were
yeah,
mentioning stuff.
yeah. Mm.
But yeah, definitely, I kind of like, I'm not interested in so much of like
Oh,
following other people's life. What
yeah.
where is or that person on holiday or whatever. It's like, oh, I just mind my own life. But it's good to do like for research, and like, don't feel like social media is a bad thing, because we are now on social media. Other people are listen to us, or like watching us, or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's yeah, just try to find the balance. I think the main word for all this topic is balance. That's why you call it
Mm,
balance.
mm.
Yeah.
Sounds so simple, but it's so hard to achieve.
No, balance is always hard to get.
Mm.
It's because we tend all the time to fall in one extreme or the other, to become even like cutting everything off. Like it's an extreme. Working too much is extreme, or
Mm,
not working too much is
exactly.
extreme.
Exactly.
It's hard to. So we always like been.
Mm,
It's never this level.
mm,
It's always something is a bit more in the life. It's like my weight.
yeah.
It's like 2 years ago I was 80 kilos. Now I'm 90 and a bit. So it's
No
it's
balance.
always I learn.
Doesn't balance.
It's not balanced, and I learn it. Even
Yeah.
even with my gym coach. It's like that's it. It's fine. It depends how you feel.
Mm,
It's always fine as at least you acknowledge it and don't lie yourself. Exactly how
mm,
we say. It
mm,
says, "Oh no, my life is perfect," and behind you, your wife or your
mm,
partner or your kids, they don't spend enough time with you and whatever.
mm,
But I think this booking and acknowledge it. I think this is the first step. Acknowledge it in
mm,
everything.
mm.
Acknowledge it that you actually you're not spending too much or whatever, and thinking. I think if you can delegate after a while, when you are at the beginnings, it's hard to
Mm,
do this because of the research. But I think it's time to delegate.
mm,
If you can send somebody else, you do it. It's like
mm.
I and it's true. You're thinking like nobody's does the same job as I do. It's like, yeah, but they might do, a decent job. It's exactly what your client is needs. So yeah, it's
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more on the balance. And it applies not only to it applies to everything in life. Like you can't only work, you can't only have fun, you can't only. And this just reminds me of people that say, "Oh, I wish I was traveling all the time." But I'm pretty sure if you travel all the time, you get tired of that as well, because
oh yeah.
you need to work at some point as well. Like I don't know. At least that's how I feel. I would feel I would get so bored of just traveling if I was traveling all the time. At some point, I would be like, okay, I want to sit down and work. So
But we don't feel it like work. That's the coming back to the root, because we put passion as like it's not really if you
discipline
enjoy,
mostly.
if it feels like work. Yeah, if it feels like work, probably you need to start doing something else, or like if you're not feeling motivated, it's just like it's fine. You go and get employed, and somebody else will look for jobs for you. You have a big company or a
Yeah,
small company or whatever who like they are running. It's fine. Everything is fine as long as people are pleased with themselves. I mean,
yeah,
that's yeah, that's the most important.
that's correct. And you can struggle with work-life balance actually if you're just working a normal job as well. If you're not a business owner, you can still be struggling with work-life balance. But if you're a business owner or
Yeah.
you're an entrepreneurial person and you want to build something, you gotta have good time management. It's just
Can,
key.
can I add something that I saw in while I've been away when I had those contracts in Africa, and I saw people because they were working too much. They've been away.
Mm.
When they were getting back to their homes, to their countries or whatever, and I saw even here they were buying expensive stuff that they don't need just to
Mm.
compensate something.
Mm.
That's a big thing. So don't try.
I
It's
agree.
always. So I was they were just going by, I don't know what car, but
Mm.
this is, yeah, but you are here like three months on and you go 2 weeks home. It's like, why do you need an expensive car? It's like you can buy a cheap car, and if you or
Mm.
you just rent one, it's gonna be cheaper because you don't need to pay any taxes or anything. uh
Yeah, I think
so
this is like a side effect of people that work a lot. They feel like at least
yeah.
I don't have time, but at least I'll be able to afford some cool things, and they are able to afford some things that they have no time enjoying. And then you're not better off. You're not better off than the person that doesn't have this car. At least that's how I feel. So
How many people with cars and toys and phones and stuff that they don't use them, or they sell them back new, after they just dust it off, and like
yeah,
just to try to compensate. This is what it is. We need to acknowledge it, and I acknowledge it. It's like sometimes, yeah, you need to treat yourself, but before you buy something,
yeah, exactly.
think, is it worth it? Am I using it? This is the first question I say.
You have time.
Am I using it? If I'm using it, it's fine. It's going to bring me pleasure. fine. I'm buying all the way, but otherwise it's like, yeah, impulsive uh, shopping. Yeah.
Just
Sorry.
something else, which and this is probably the last thing which I'll add on this
Yeah,
topic
yeah, yeah,
is
yeah. We are closing.
I heard one person online saying, if you go to like 10,000 a month, for example, like 10,000 pounds a month or whatever, don't work hard until you get to 20,000 a month. Try,
Mm,
try try to leave yourself, try to free yourself out of your business while maintaining 10,000 pounds a month instead of like hustling for 20, right? Because it's way more valuable to be able to make the same amount of money while you have more time free than making more money but you have less time. You know, does that make sense?
yeah, yeah. I actually just listened to just a podcast, and he was saying, get money to buy back your time,
Exactly,
if you know.
exactly.
And that summarizes exactly what you say, like,
That's
so
so
well.
true. That's so
The
true.
guy is a genius. So yeah, get more money to buy back your time.
That's so true.
Yep.
Why do super rich people get private jets? One, it's very cool. I get that. But second, it's like teleportation. You have a private jet. You can go from one part of the world to the other, and you don't queue at the airport. You don't go for security. You don't deal with any you know unnecessary time wasting things. So
Yep.
yeah, like time is so important. Like nothing's more valuable than time.
It's the most valuable. Yeah.
It is the most
Yep.
valuable because there's no, you can't get it back. It's not a currency that you can get more of. You get, well,
That's it.
unless you trade it for money, of course. But it's not generally a currency that comes back. You only run out of time. Each day you run
Yeah.
out. Each day you run out of time. So
Yeah.
it's the
To
most,
summarize it, yeah, basically is we need to everybody needs, including us, we need to get more organized.
including us. Yeah. Including us.
And don't feel guilty when you take a break. Take your break. Planify in advance. This is what I'm doing. It worked for me. Might not work for you, but it worked for me. Try it. Don't feel guilty that you're taking a holiday. That's
Don't
it.
feel
You
guilty.
need a
Yeah.
switch off. Yeah. And imagine if you think you work harder for your family, just think about your health that you can provide on longer term, not just for now. So you're gonna be there for longer term. Just take care of your health, definitely.
If I can say last words, just try to achieve balance in your life. That's the best thing you can do for yourself. Okay.
Yep.
Anything else, Stefan, you want to add?
Now, if you like this, if you want to talk to find what we want to find your opinion, just drop it in the comments. And
Any feedback?
if you like this one, just subscribe, and I will hopefully see you in the next one.
Yes, share your experience about work-life balance, and don't forget to tune in for future episodes where we're gonna be tackling more interesting topics that will be relevant for small business owners and even medium business owners or any business owners. It doesn't matter. I think it'll be still
Or any person. Yep.
interesting conversation for you. Okay, that's
Definitely.
it for us, and we hope we see you at the next one. Thank you.
Bye.